Hey, this is Mr. House. We're looking at the second page of September 6th homework. This is Unit 1, Module 2, Unit 1, Module 2, Session 3. And we have some equations we need to evaluate here. We have true or false. Okay. 9 times 9 is equal to 10 times 10 minus 1. True or false? I think you could probably do the math and figure out it's not correct. 9 times 9 is 81. And 10 times 10 is 100. Minus 1 would equal 99. Now, what this person's trying to do, so definitely it's false. I'm just going to put an F there for false. Let me try that F again. False. My computer's out a little away from me. But a way that I could do this to make this easier, if I didn't know what 9 times 9 is, a way to make this work, we're saying 9 times. So I could say 9 times 10. Now I know that's going to give me, that's one more 9 than I'm looking for, minus 1 times 9. And that actually would work. That would be a strategy that would work. Although I think most of you know 9 times 9 is 81. But this way, I'm just kind of showing you what they did incorrectly, how you do it correctly. So you could think of this as 90 minus, so because you went 10 nines, you're only looking for 9 nines. So you need to think of 10 nines and then subtract one more 9 from that to get 81. Okay, so the way they did it is absolutely false. So let's take a look at, let's look at B. Let's see what they're working with. 7 times 20. So 7 times 20. So they're thinking 7 21 times. Well, I can find 7 20 times, basically 20 times 7. And I'm going to get 140 here. And I'm short of 7, not 27s. They're looking for 21 7. So I can just add one more 7. It's kind of like what I did in the first part. Plus 7 and get 147. So this one is true. That works. Let me erase that. Okay, so hopefully these strategies, we've been working on these strategies for a while. Hopefully they're starting to sink in. Let's take a look at how they're doing this one. 16 times 20 is the same as 10 times 16 times 2. Okay. So yeah, you could think of it that way. So like 16 times 20, and this is kind of how I think of it, is really, if I were to work out this algorithm the way I learned when I was a kid, 0 times 6, 0 times 1, yada, yada, yada. So this actually works because we just have this placeholder here. Oops, I still have the... So 16 times 2 would be 32. Because that's the math we're doing, but it's not 2, it's 20. So you just add a 0. So, and like sometimes I'll show the kids, if it's 16 times 2000, you just add the zeros. And I think we did this. So that would be 32,000. So when the number ends in 0, like you just have to think of it. I'm not explaining it very well. I'm sorry. But 16 times 2 with these numbers, no zeros, no tens, no hundreds. But you gotta use them as placeholders. So yeah, that strategy works as well. So you just kind of like sometimes like I have to think about some of these strategies. So now here's what we've been doing. This 8 times, this one's a little tricky. 8 times 13 is equal to 2 times 52. Now we really worked on today. If you have or divide by 3 or divide by 4 to one factor, you can multiply that same component to the next factor. So 8, what did they do to go from 8 to 2? They divided by 4. So 8 times 13 is equal to 2. So this is divided by 4, the same thing as 2 times 52. Now, does this work? Is 13 times 4 52? I'll save you the trouble. It is. And this should be divide. So if we divide 8 by 4 and multiply 13 by 4, we're going to come up with the same answer. So this is true as well. And, it is a little easier. It's 104. So if you work it out, I will let you guys do the next one on your own. I think I have the same page here. So let's go further here. So William found a box in his garage. These words from are pretty tricky. So don't spend, just do the best you can. The label on the outside of the box said it would hold 120 golf balls. If 24 golf balls fit in one layer, how tall is the box? So they have some kind of formula where the base, the length times the width is equal to 24, and they just need to times the height. We got to figure out, we don't know the height. We don't know the length or width either, but they're not asking for it. They just want to know how many layers, which is the height. We just want to know how high is the box. So this could be anything. This could be 6 times 4. This is the base, equal times something is going to equal 24. Okay. So we know that 24 fit in the base. We could say 12 times 2. They're not asking. They just want to know this, layers or height. So length. And they're saying layers. I like to think of it as height. Height. Like how many layers high. They said they're trying to get this is the height. So we have to really think about what times 24 is going to equal 120. Okay. So 6 times 4 is 24. 24 times, and actually kind of give it away, it's 5, is going to equal 120. So kind of a tough word problem here. So basically 24 balls, I could say 12 times 2 times 5, but then what they're asking for are the layers. So it's 5 layers. Hope that helps you out. Do the best you can on these tricky word problems.